Our legal update today is a time is of the essence clause in a contract. And what does that mean? And what's the significance of that? I'm sure a lot of our listeners have seen time is of the essence clauses in the different contracts that they, are utilizing, executing. It's like, well, what does that mean? Why is that in there? And a time is of the essence clause is basically making it so that a non-material breach as to meeting a deadline within the contract is a material breach. And what I mean by that is if, let's say, and I've talked about this before, in the assignments that I prepare, I have basically a drop dead date for closing the transaction, right? So the assignee, the end buyer, has to perform by the date set forth in the assignment, make sure that they can close escrow on that date. They don't have the benefit of any cure notice in the contract, et cetera. They have to close. Well, I can have that in that contract all I want, but if I don't have a time is of the essence clause, that provision may be of no value. It may be a non-material breach if, let's say, it says, well, close on a Thursday, and the assignee is unable to, but Friday morning, right when escrow opens, they deliver the funds and they're ready to close. And they're like, I'm ready to close. Where are your damages? How have you been harmed? There is no breach. The purchase contract is still alive because maybe the seller had a cure notice, which provided additional time for performance. And so the assignee is like, hey, I'm ready to close. And they would probably be right. That would be a non-material breach and would not allow the assignor to cancel the assignment and terminate the assignment and basically take back over the rights under the purchase contract. But if you have a time is of the essence clause, that turns that non-material breach into a material breach. So it basically says time is important. It means something in this contract. And so when we have dates or deadlines, they must be adhered to. And if they're not, that's a material breach. So that's what a time is of the essence clause is, and why it's important to be within any contract where you do have deadlines, because you want to make sure that those deadlines and the failure to meet those deadlines are material and not just kind of almost like a recommendation or insignificant, as long as they, perform closely to those deadlines so that there's no damage or harm to anybody. But if you have time is of the essence, then those deadlines are material, they're important, and they must be strictly adhered to.